Looking at these landscapes today, one might think of tropical vacation spots like the Bahamas. But 160 million years ago, this idyll can be found right here. The Europe of the Mesozoic is not a continuous continent, but a collection of islands and peninsulas. Large parts of what we know as Europe today still lie beneath shallow, warm seas, crisscrossed with coral reefs and sandbanks. The climate is warm and humid, with almost subtropical conditions. At the poles, there are still no ice caps, making the sea temperatures considerably warmer than they are today. These shallow waters are home to gigantic reptiles, fish, ammonites, and the first sharks. On land, dense forests and swamps stretch out, providing habitat for both plant eaters and carnivores alike. Above this diverse coastal landscape, famous pterosaurs circle, always on the lookout for their next prey. In contrast to North America and Asia, Europe at this time is far more fragmented. These varied conditions give rise to an unparalleled biodiversity. The seas of our latitudes during the Jurassic are dominated by one of Europe's largest predators. The Liopleurodon, however, is not a dinosaur, but a pliosaur, an ancient marine reptile fully adapted to life in the water. Instead of legs, it moves with its large flippers, letting it glide through the water like a sea turtle. Yet, although the Liopleurodon spends most of its time in the sea, it must still surface to breathe. Thanks to its size of up to 7 meters and a combat weight of several tons, it has many liters of blood capable of storing oxygen for long periods. Like sperm whales, it was therefore very likely able to remain underwater for up to 30 minutes without needing to breathe, perfect for hunting. The Liopleurodon's powerful flippers allow it to perform lightning-fast maneuvers to snatch schools of fish, ammonites, and even small marine reptiles. With a brain making up less than 1% of its body mass, it is thought today to be a visual predator. Just like the great white shark, the Liopleurodon can react instantly and process information at incredible speed. Once it spots prey at the surface, it propels itself forward with enormous speed, so forceful that it can even leap several meters out of the water. Once it seizes its target, the strong teeth of its gigantic mouth come into play. Rather than slashing its prey, the serrated teeth crush the caught flesh, a deadly grip. The Liopleurodon is a feared hunter, but it must occasionally defend itself. Encounters with conspecifics are rare, but if one claims its territory, it defends it mercilessly, if necessary to the death. When two Liopleurodons meet, the stillness of the ancient seas suddenly becomes the stage for a brutal duel. With predatory precision, the two giants circle each other, tension flowing like an invisible current through the water. Then, suddenly, one lunges forward. With a thundering thrust from its powerful flippers, our Liopleurodon strikes the side of its opponent. The other barely manages to turn away, but immediately counterattacks. The churned-up water obscures vision, deep red streaks spreading. The fierce fight for dominance takes its toll, yet neither of the two colossi gives an inch. The battle is brief but merciless. After a few seconds, the attacker yields and swims away wounded. Our Liopleurodon has successfully defended its territory. Just a few kilometers from the scene of the territorial battle, a completely different picture of this area emerges on land. Today's Bavaria is barely recognizable during the Mesozoic. Instead of hills and mountains, tropical islands and lagoons shape the scenery. This region is today known as the Solnhofen Archipelago, famous for its exceptionally well-preserved fossils. In the shallow lagoons, separated from the sea by reefs, fine limestone mud accumulates, later solidifying into the famous Plattenkkalk. The hot, subtropical climate causes water to evaporate regularly, making the lagoons extremely salty and low in oxygen. This means hardly any bacteria or scavengers are present to decompose dead animals, one of the main reasons why fossils in Solnhofen are preserved in incredible detail. One of the smallest known dinosaurs in the world lives here, Compsognathus. It grows barely as large as a domestic chicken and weighs no more than 3 kilograms, a fact that truly justifies its name. Translated, Compsognathus means delicate jaw. The narrow snout, filled with fine, sharp teeth, is perfectly designed to snap up lizards or insects with lightning speed. Its body is a masterpiece of lightweight construction, short, agile arms with 3 strong clawed fingers, and long, wiry legs that propel it forward with every leap. Even on loose sand or swampy ground, it maintains perfect balance thanks to its long, stiff tail. With speeds of up to 64 kilometers per hour, this small dinosaur can easily outrun many modern running birds. Tyr's diet normally consists of small lizards and other reptiles, swallowed whole. But when a free meal presents itself, it rarely refuses such an invitation. Even though it has not yet developed feathers, its body structure reveals a fascinating connection. Compsognathus is closely related to one of the most famous prehistoric creatures in the world, the early bird, Archaeopteryx. And it could hardly illustrate more clearly how fluid the boundaries are between dinosaurs and the first birds. About 150 million years ago, this feathered pioneer flew through the forests and lagoons of the Solnhofen archipelago, half reptile, half bird. Its name roughly means ancient wing. It occupies the key position between theropods, like Compsognathus, and the very first birds. It embodies exactly those transitional forms that, millions of years later, Darwin's theory of evolution would describe, creatures combining traits from both evolutionary stages. Its body structure especially makes this role visible, a fascinating mix of primitive dinosaur features and the characteristic traits of modern birds. The Archaeopteryx grows roughly the size of a crow and rarely weighs more than a kilogram. Its large wings are covered with asymmetrical flight and tail feathers, much like modern birds, a clear indication of its ability to fly. Yet, unlike its feathered descendants, its jaw contains sharp teeth. In addition, its wings still bear fingers with sharp claws, and a long tail extends its spine, all inherited from its theropod ancestry. But Archaeopteryx does not fly alone in the skies of Europe. As it flaps cautiously from tree to tree, other creatures glide seemingly effortlessly through the air. True master flyers, carrying no feathers but enormous wing membranes. One of them is Pterodactylus, the best-known pterosaur of the Solnhofen archipelago. Unlike Archaeopteryx, it belongs to a completely separate line of archosaurs, distantly related to dinosaurs, but split from their lineage long before theropods evolved. Both groups, birds and pterosaurs, conquer the skies in entirely different ways and independently develop their own flight techniques. With a wingspan of up to 74 centimeters, Pterodactylus is slightly larger than Archaeopteryx. Its wings are not feathered, but consist of a flexible skin membrane stretching from the extremely elongated fourth finger to the hind limbs. This is precisely why it received its name, which translates to wing finger. Light, hollow bones and powerful flight muscles turn it into an aerodynamic marvel, gliding effortlessly on the winds above the lagoon. Its long, narrow skull is lined with rows of fine, sharp teeth, perfect for snatching small fish from the water. With agile wing strokes, it plunges headfirst in a dive, skimming just above the water surface to grab prey before soaring back into the air. England also looks very different in the Mesozoic. Around 125 million years ago, the region is part of a warm, humid climate zone, with a landscape dominated by rivers, swamps, and lagoons. Large parts of what is now southern England are flooded by shallow seas. There are wide river deltas and mangrove-like swamps. The climate is subtropical, with temperatures much higher than today, and there is no frost. A herd of impressive herbivores roams between the swamps and dense fern forests. Iguanodon is one of the best-known dinosaurs of Europe. Measuring up to 10 meters in length and weighing over 4 tons, it is one of the largest herbivores of its time. Its hind legs are strong and longer than its forelimbs, allowing Iguanodon to move on both 2 and 4 legs. While foraging and walking, it usually distributes its weight across all 4 limbs. The hind feet, each with 3 toes, make wide contact with the ground to maintain stability even on swampy terrain. In contrast to its feet, the hands have 5 fingers. The most striking feature is the thumb spike, a thick, conical claw that aids in grasping but can also serve as a weapon. The skull is elongated, and its beak-like snout appears toothless at first glance. However, sharp, battery-like teeth are hidden in the back of the jaw, functioning like millstones to crush tough plants. Iguanodon is thus one of the first dinosaurs capable of chewing its food. Its name, iguanatooth, refers to the remarkable similarity of these teeth to those of modern scaled lizards. A little apart from the protective herd, a lone iguanodon drinks at the riverbank. Normally, the cohesion of the group ensures safety from predators, but anyone straying too far unknowingly exposes themselves to deadly danger. This has not gone unnoticed by the baryonyx. Nearly 10 meters long and weighing almost 2 tons, it is powerfully built, but its crocodile-like snout indicates that green plants are not on its menu. Its mouth is filled with many conical teeth, normally used to catch fish, but now it has set its sights on the drinking iguanodon. On 2 legs, it silently stalks the thirsty iguanodon, waiting for the right moment. With a sudden leap, the baryonyx surprises its prey. It drives the elongated claw of its hand toward the iguanodon to pin it. Its name, baryonyx, means heavy claw. But its target is not defenseless. Here, the herbivore's thumb spike comes into play. The confrontation between the 2 dinosaurs takes place on equal terms. Despite its size, the iguanodon is remarkably agile. Its powerful hind legs allow it to spring upright and run on 2 legs when danger approaches. Tendons reinforced along its tail keep it straight, acting as a counterbalance during bipedal movement. This allows the iguanodon to create life-saving distance between itself and its attacker. After a few moments, the baryonyx gives up. Its chosen prey is too formidable. After the initial scuffle, the theropod judges its chances of success as low and slowly moves on. For a dinosaur of its group, the baryonyx is quite remarkable. Not only does it have roughly twice as many teeth as other theropods, but these teeth are also finely serrated along the cutting edges, perfect for hunting fish. Its humerus bones are also robust compared to related species, broad and strongly flattened at the ends. This suggests that it could quite possibly move on all fours if needed. Time and hunger press. Its stomach demands food. But just as it is about to focus on the aquatic creatures, a sound nearby catches its attention. A polycanthus gazes behind the bush, a herbivore that moves on all fours. Measuring around 4 meters long and weighing under a ton, it is smaller than the baryonyx, yet its body is like a living tank. The name polycanthus translates to many spines, and at first glance, one can easily see why. Its back is covered with thick bony plates and spike-like projections, making it appear almost impenetrable. Most striking is the large connected bony plate over its hips, acting like a shield, protecting against attacks from above. Its tail is lined with long, sharp spikes, an effective weapon if a predator comes too close. For an attacker like the baryonyx, taking on this living spiked wall would be far from an easy task. Curiously, the predator peers at the polycanthus. For a moment, it seems to consider whether an attack might be worthwhile. But the heavily armored herbivore is no easy prey. The thick plates and spikes form an almost insurmountable barrier, even for the baryonyx's powerful jaws. After one last glance at the armored fortress, the baryonyx decides to move on. A single swipe from that spiked tail could be devastating. It knows that against this living tank, it can achieve very little. Today it will have to search for a meal in a more reliable place, and the waters have never let it down. "70 million years ago, warm, shallow inland seas spread across Europe beyond the river deltas. In these tropical waters, life teams, plankton, algae, and countless microorganisms form the foundation of a rich food chain. Especially along the coasts, color and movement abound. Shimmering coral reefs form a maze of hiding spots, where schools of silvery fish dart with lightning speed. Sea turtles and early squids expand the diversity of species. Yet beneath all this splendor, danger lurks. The ancient seas are not just a paradise, but also the realm of powerful predators. In the late Mesozoic, a marine predator rises to the absolute top of the food chain, the Mosasaurus. This massive marine reptile grows up to 17 meters long and weighs around 10 tons. Its streamlined body is long and muscular, enabling aggressive swimming. The heavy torso is propelled by strong, paddle-shaped flippers, while the flexible spine provides the necessary maneuverability. Yet the main propulsion comes from its powerful tail fin. Working like that of sharks, rapid whipping movements launch the giant forward like a torpedo. The territory of this giant is vast but not limitless. Every intruder is seen as a rival, and the sea tolerates no weakness. Suddenly, another mosasaurus appears in the distance. Almost as large, its movements are alert and aggressive. Such a rich hunting ground is highly coveted, and it is clear to both there is not enough space for two rulers. After a tense approach, the first attack comes swiftly. The challenger accelerates, ramming the side of its opponent. Both repeatedly open their massive jaws, exposing 70 razor-sharp teeth, capable of piercing and hooking into flesh. The giants circle and collide again and again. Tail strikes aim to unbalance the other. The nearby reef trembles under the force of their blows, and fish scatter in all directions. Finally, the dominant mosasaurus lands a decisive blow. It bites into the rival's side and spins swiftly, forcing the opponent to retreat. The defeated mosasaurus breaks free, bleeding, and withdraws into deeper waters. The mosasaurus glides back through its territory. This part of the sea belongs to it once again, at least for the moment. Its body pulses with adrenaline, hunger burning stronger than ever. The sea appears deceptively calm. Amid seagrass and corals, a large sea turtle drifts, unaware that it has already been targeted. Its gaze locks on the target. Almost motionless, the mosasaurus moves closer with minimal fin strokes. Every muscle is tense. Then the mosasaurus strikes. Like a torpedo, its tail propels it through the water. Its mouth opens, rows of razor-sharp teeth gleaming. The turtle flails with its flippers in panic, but its fate is already sealed. Europe in the Mesozoic is already a continent full of contrasts, not only in its environment, but also in its inhabitants. Here, life and death form an endless cycle that drives evolution, leaving traces we can still read in stone today. Every fossil tells a story of this ancient world, whose secrets we are only beginning to uncover. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate a like and a subscription. See you next time.